The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden glow over the city streets as Lucas and Jaden strolled side by side. It had been days since their heart-to-heart, and the tension that once defined their interactions had melted away, leaving behind a calm, easy warmth. There was something refreshing about the simplicity of it all. No more guessing, no more misunderstandings. Just the two of them, enjoying the quiet comfort of each other's presence. Their first date wasn't anything grand or extravagant, but it was perfect in its simplicity. They wandered the city together, stopping by a few art galleries along the way. Lucas, always drawn to creativity and expression, led the way, excitedly pointing out his favorite pieces, while Jaden admired Lucas's enthusiasm more than the art itself. "I can tell you're in your element," Jaden teased, watching as Lucas's eyes lit up in front of an abstract painting. Lucas chuckled, his cheeks warming a little. "I guess I get carried away sometimes." "Not at all," Jaden smiled. "I like seeing you like this. Happy." The compliment was so simple, yet it sent a flutter through Lucas's chest. He glanced at Jaden, their eyes meeting, and for a moment, everything else in the gallery seemed to fade into the background. Lucas realized that it wasn't just the art that made today feel so special. It was being here with Jaden. As they continued walking, the conversation flowed easily, their usual banter returning with ease. They laughed, reminiscing about their first awkward meetings, and Lucas found himself relaxing more and more as the day went on. Eventually, they found themselves in a quiet park, the sun dipping lower on the horizon, painting the sky with streaks of pink and orange. They sat down on a bench, the soft rustle of leaves in the autumn breeze filling the space between them. For a while, they just sat there, taking in the peaceful atmosphere. Jaden, who had been unusually quiet for a few minutes, shifted nervously before turning to Lucas. "Hey, can I ask you something?" Jaden's voice was softer than usual, almost hesitant. Lucas tilted his head, curious. "Sure. What's up?" Jaden bit his lip for a second before speaking. "Would you mind if I took another picture of you?" Lucas blinked, taken by surprise. His heart skipped a beat as memories of the first time Jaden had snapped his photo, without permission, flooded back. But this time was different. Jaden's request was filled with a kind of tenderness that made Lucas's heart ache in the best way. "You want to take a picture of me?" Lucas asked, a faint blush creeping up his cheeks. Jaden nodded, looking a little shy himself. "Only if you're okay with it. I want to capture this moment. With your permission this time," he added with a playful smile. Lucas felt a wave of warmth wash over him. It wasn't just the request. It was the thought behind it. Jaden wanted to remember this moment, their first real date, a quiet day of just being together. Lucas smiled softly, feeling a little self-conscious, but nodding all the same. "Okay," he said. "Go ahead." Jaden's face lit up, and he quickly reached for his phone, standing up to find the right angle. Lucas, still sitting on the bench, tried his best not to feel too awkward, but Jaden's easygoing demeanor helped ease his nerves. "Just be yourself," Jaden said, his voice gentle. "You don't have to pose or anything." Lucas laughed quietly. "That's easier said than done when someone's pointing a camera at you," Jaden chuckled, snapping a quick photo before walking closer. "Just look at me then," he said. "Pretend it's just us." Lucas met Jaden's gaze, and for a moment the world around them seemed to fade again. There was something so sincere in the way Jaden looked at him, something that made Lucas feel seen in a way he hadn't before. Click. Jaden captured the moment, and Lucas felt his heart flutter. "Got it," Jaden said softly, looking at the picture on his phone with a satisfied smile. Lucas stood up and stepped closer to see, his curiosity getting the better of him. When he saw the photo, his breath caught in his throat. It wasn't just a picture. It was a moment frozen in time, a moment that felt as special as their first meeting. The soft light of the setting sun bathed him in a warm glow, but it was the way Jaden had captured his expression, natural, unguarded, that made Lucas's heart swell. "Wow," Lucas whispered, feeling his cheeks warm again. "It's beautiful." Jaden looked at him, his eyes soft. "It is," he said, though Lucas could tell Jaden wasn't just talking about the photo. For a moment, they just stood there, the park around them fading into the background once more. Lucas felt the urge to say something, to express how much this simple day had meant to him, but words felt unnecessary in that moment. Instead, he reached out, gently taking Jaden's hand, their fingers intertwining in a quiet gesture of affection. Jaden smiled, his eyes crinkling at the corners as he gave Lucas's hand a soft squeeze. They stood there together, watching the last rays of sunlight disappear below the horizon, knowing that this was only the beginning.